Welcome all of you to the Sell Your Offers, and this is sales training for care providers that are perhaps stuck not knowing how best to sell. What is the new way of selling now? Because we're in 2024, so what is it that we can do that's going to make us really stand out, where people are going to be like, I want your services? And I think it's really important as care providers that we know how to sell our products and services, because otherwise we're going to be like, what do we do now? I don't know how to get sales in. I've set up all of the other things in my business, but yet I haven't mastered the sales side of my business. Or maybe you've got someone that's in your organization that you want them to do sales for your organization, but they also need to know how to do sales. Okay? Because things have changed. It's not the same as what it was 2 years ago. Things have changed a lot. It's kind of going back to old school. We're going back in the day where there's more communication, more relationship, more building friendships as well, and that's how things are working, the good old handshake, because this is going to really make an impact. It's going to make changes. This is a challenge. Directors, what I want you to do is to make some notes, because I want you to create a challenge for yourself, a challenge that you're going to get some sales in for your business, because it's so important that you also get sales in for your business. And we have got an amazing methodology. I mean, I'm so pleased and amazed because I know it is working. This is working. So please listen very carefully, because I'm going to give you some real golden nuggets here that you'll be able to use and take away. Okay, because this is the new way of doing sales. You're not a salesperson as like a car salesman type of person. You are nothing wrong with car salesmen, by the way, because we all sell differently. It all depends on the environment that you are. And there's a lot of people that just think, oh, I'm good at selling. It is not the same. When you're doing care, is not the same type of selling that you would do if you were selling ticky tape, or it's not the same as selling a service regarding the people that you are going to be looking after. It's completely different. There's a different approach. So learn this approach, because it will make a difference in your business. Sell your offer. I want to challenge executives, care providers, and leaders that are responsible for sales. You have to learn how to persuade for the greater good and to sell the right type of service, and to sell to organizations and your clients that you're going to serve as well. And this also is important, because before you go into trying to sell anything, you've got to be aware of what it is that you offer and what you're willing to offer, for example. So today we're going to be talking about how to be a person of influence, changes. You want to change the viewpoint to become a leader in your field. You really have got to turn things around. Please, please, please don't be like the average Joe blogs that you see. You see these recruitment agencies that are doing really good, and they're doing really successful, and kudos to them. They're doing excellent. Take my hat off to you. However, when we're doing care, there's a different way that we need to sell. This is what I'm here to show you about today. So I want to really share this with you, because if you don't implement this, you're going to forget about how best to do it. Apologies if I'm not calling you out, because I can't see your names or anything at the moment. So you want to ensure that you're getting a return on your investment, but your mindset is the one that's going to make you money. You've got to put yourself in the buyer's perspective. They need to see you, but you've got to also see them. Okay? And how do you do that? And we're going to go through that in this training today, because you've got to look as if you're the one that's coming to you to buy your services. So look and think, would they buy my services from me? If you're the buyer, so do a role switch. Pretend you're the buyer, okay? And the buyer is the supplier, if you want to do it that way. You know, what is it that you're saying to them that's going to make them want to do business with you? Are you talking the same language as them? The need that they have, the demand, the difficulties that they're facing. Can you support them with that? Because that is the key. So like we did in the boot camp, we did the 3 scenarios. We did the buyer's perspective, we did the supplier's perspective, and we did the community perspective. We were talking about 3 types of proposals: the proposal from the buyer's point of view, the proposal from the supplier's point of view, writing to the buyer, and also the community, having a meeting with the community, seeing what they need, and then meeting that need. Not what your needs are, it's what the buyer's need is, and what the environment's needs are. Because a lot of people go into healthcare and they're like, yep, I want to do this, I want to do that. But what is the need in the location of where you are? Because lots of locations and localities, they have different needs. And you've got to tune in, and you've got to really lean in to what that is. Okay? So, you got to adapt your growth mindset, because it all starts with your mindset. Okay? In order to make a sale, that mindset has to be in the right condition. You've got to be positive. You can't be going in there like slouched shoulders like this, and your head's down, and or you're like this, you know, when you're talking to someone, you know, they're not going to buy from you. You got to have high energy. You got to be focused. You got to really be able to know and listen carefully to what their needs are. Okay? Because they're the ones that are going to use you. They're the ones that are going to give you the funds. So embrace the idea that your sales skill can always be improved. We can always get good at things. The more we practice, the better we get. I'll give you an example. Colonel Sanders, and I talk about this quite often, Kentucky Fried Chicken. It took him over 1,000 no's to get that yes. But if he stopped at the 3rd no, or even the 10th no, or even the 50th no, there'd be no Kentucky Fried Chicken, would they? And it's worldwide. Do you think he was good at the get-go? No, he wasn't. It took him time. It took him experience. It took him, the more no's that he got, the stronger he got. Because that no was helping him to get that yes. The amount of no's that Colonel Sanders was getting, it didn't make him give up. He learned from it. He probably thought, oh, maybe I went in a bit too harsh that time. Or maybe I said this wrong. Or maybe I said that wrong. I'm going to try a different approach today. No, that's what he did. And that's what we should be doing. We don't give up at, you know, the 100th no. We keep going until someone says yes. Because every no will eventually turn into a yes. Because you will get better, you'll get more confident, more experienced you get when you're hearing these no's. You'll get used to hearing them. So it's not going to put you off in the end, because you get used to hearing these no's. But you're going to look for the yes. It's like when you climb a mountain. If you took the first step, second step, and it was like, oh no, I'm not doing it anymore, it's too much, then you don't get to climb that mountain, do you? So invest your time and resources in sales training programs, workshops. Get some books on this as well. Because, you know, I've got these trainings here. They're great and wonderful. And I think it's important to learn about sales. Even though we're doing care, we still need to learn about sales. It's so important. So seek feedback from clients and from peers. and use it in a constructive way to adapt and refine your sales approach. So when you're on the phone and you're calling care homes and you keep getting no, 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 you start learning how to get around that no. You start saying things differently that's going to get you further to that yes. So like if you was to ring a care home and you would say, hi, I'm ringing from such and such recruitment agency. Can I speak with the care manager, please? They're going to say no straight away because they're going to think sales. You know, even that person that's picking up the phone is seeing the sales as pushy. Whereas in this way that I'm going to show you, it's not a pushy way. There's ways you can get on the phone and you can say, I am calling regarding the vacancy that you have. And that's how you can get round the gatekeeper. That's one way, okay? But I'm going to refine this even more, okay? So think about your sales approach. Like you're going to do visits, face-to-face visits for a knock on the door. And the care manager opens the door, not the care manager, that opens the door. And if you was to say, hi, I'm from such and such recruitment agency, can I speak to the care manager about recruitment? What do you think they're going to say? Do you think they're going to say yes, or do you think they're going to say no? Do you want to type in the chat? Because there's another way around it. When you approach an organization and obviously you're going to do a bit of research before you actually get to the front door. So you know whether they specialize in dementia or mental health or learning disability or elderly. You will know what their specialisms are, for example. So you get to the front door and you knock on the door or ring the doorbell. Obviously you're smartly dressed, you've got your presentation pack, you're ready to do business, and they open the door, they look at you like, yes, don't mention the recruitment, right? And I'm here regarding the vacancy that you've got. And look at the person that you're speaking to, look at them in the face, you'll see their name badge and say, hi Julie. Try and see if you know who the manager is before you get to the door. So do your research. Then you can ask for the manager by their first name, for example. I'm just giving you just a few hints and tips here as well. Okay, because like I said, you can get loads of no's when you are making calls, but also go out and visit as well. So the next thing is you need to be aware of what it is that you're offering. You need to deeply understand your selling, including the features that you offer. So what the benefits that you can provide and how does it compare to your competitors? All of you go out and see what your competitors are offering. See what it is that they're offering and try and offer something completely different that's lacking. Okay, so you need to find out what is lacking. It will make you more credible and trustworthy to your clients. You want to solve their problems. Approach sales as a problem-solving activity. If you approach it that way, you're not going to feel fearful from it. And yes, it is nervous. You do feel nervous when you first see someone, or you make your first 100 calls, for example. But after that, you just get used to it. What's the worst that can happen? They're going to say no. But realize that sometimes it takes them 5 to 7 times before they say yes to you. So it's not you, it's just how our human brains work sometimes.